All right, hey everyone, it's October the 22nd, the year 2016. What you're looking at is a PDF file of Peter Camille's, who was an attorney for Schaeffer Cox at one point in time in the past. It's his pre-sentencing report, and it's not on pacer.gov. You have to have access to Schaeffer's defense material in order to see this report. It was filed on the record, but it was sealed. So that's why I have access to it. On page 14, you'll see this part of the document. It's an email. Let me just blow it up. It's, what's it, 125? Let me go to like 400%. Well, that's too much. That's too much. Okay, you see this guy? This is an email from E Skrocki to Karen Loeffler. Okay, and then it also goes over here. And this is very hard to read. Whoops. So what I've done is I've created a text file where I've just rewritten it, because it's an image of the paper. It's not an actual thing that you can search on text. So I'm going to read to you portions of this pre-sentencing report. I want you to understand what E Skrocki was thinking and how he's communicating with Karen Loeffler, because it shows that even E Skrocki knew that what they were doing was wrong. Okay? So Peter Camille wrote up here, AUSA, which I think stands for, Attorney USA or something. Skrocki, who's the prosecutor in the case of Schaeffer Cox, warned the FBI that CI, confidential informant, one, I have to number them because there's so many, right? There was Fulton and Aaron Bennett and Chris Menino and others. Confidential informant 1, Olson, was pushing Cox a bit too hard toward the adopting of the 241 plan. Mr. Skrocki was clearly concerned that Olson was instigating and not just listening. It's called FBI entrapment. It's illegal, unethical, and it is from the Satan himself, because it destroys people's lives and it destroys families. This is an email from E Skrocki himself. It was sent on Sunday, so Skrocki's in the office working on a weekend. He's listening to people. Imagine the government is collecting audio of your most private conversations, and you got this devil, E Skrocki, listening to it on a Sunday. He's just sitting around the office and he's listening to what you talk about in the privacy of your own home. So Skrocki decides to send an email off on a Sunday, the Lord's Day, February the 13th, 2011 at 4:13 in the afternoon, and he sends it to his boss, Karen Loeffler. What does Skrocki have to say in this email to Karen Loeffler about Schaeffer Cox once he's finished invading the privacy of Schaeffer Cox's private conversations, which is a good government state actor, Nazi. But anyway, subject, Cox, long email, sorry. He apologizes to Karen Loeffler for writing such a long email. He said, I listened to the conversation from last night. In summary, they are kicking around ideas. My advice is do not arrest him. He doesn't show, but issue the warrant and let it sit. With the source in place, we'll have the best idea of what's going on, and it won't agitate Cox's followers. You might want to give Mike Gray and the SAC, I have no idea who the SAC is, but it's probably somebody evil since Skrocki's talking about him. Give the SAC a call tonight too. So check this out. Skrocki's gonna tell Karen to call somebody on a Sunday night. These guys are just busybodies and they're all up in everybody's business. The SAC can verify with Rick. I'm sure he's talking about Rick Sutherland, who was Bill Fulton's FBI handler. What I'm saying. 241 stands for if they take one of us, we take two of them. But they discuss not being strong enough to impose their views on the rule of law. They discuss everything from 241 to fleeing to the rapture coming and waiting for that. In my view, the FBI source is pushing Cox a bit too hard. So up here. And let's read that again, because that's an important sentence. In my view, the FBI source, which is Hell's Angel drug runner, in my view, the FBI source is pushing Cox a bit too hard on getting arrested, and the source agrees too much in moving their plans forward, which would generate a response, whether violent or not. The source adds, Why don't we make it a 5-4-1? Not a good idea. The FBI has to fix this. After some discussions of 2-4-1, Cox says, we're just speculating here, and I want to hear where you stand. Cox does say he would be morally correct in shooting a judge, but adds that he doesn't want to do that. So he makes the big pronouncement, then backs off. The typical will, but not just yet type stuff, emphasis added. Well, we got Stephen Skrocki. Even he knows they are committing entrapment. Even he knows that the confidential informant, Gerald J.R. Olson, Hell's Angel drug runner, is going a bit too far, and he tells Karen Loeffler about that. So don't ever let them tell you they didn't know what was going on or they weren't aware. They knew exactly that they were entrapping an innocent young man and provoking him to violence. And when judgment comes down from the wrath of God Almighty, these people have been caught in their evil doing. And everybody's going to be held accountable, including Stephen E. Skrocki and including Karen Loeffler.